Hey everyone, welcome to the open box review for the E-Flite Shoestring 15e EF1 Racer. This model was just released here in the United States just a couple of days ago, and I got mine here just yesterday, and just wanted to give everybody a little bit of a review on the parts I'm going to use in mine, and also let everybody see what it looks like when you open the box, so it's pretty exciting. First of all, let's take a look at some of the components I'm going to be using. We'll look at the receiver, the speed controller, servos, and the motor. Let's take a look here. I'm going to be using the Spectrum AR7000 receiver, which is a 7-channel. Not that you really need a 7-channel, but I have a 7-channel that came with my radio, so we'll be using that. I'm going to be using a Hobbywing 60 amp electronic speed controller. The motor combo that I'm going to be using should be pulling around 45 amps at wide open throttle, so that should be plenty. It calls for 2 mini servos, and I'm going to be using the high-tech HS225 MGs, which are Metal Gear mini servos. These are analog. And then it calls for 2 micro servos. These are what are going to be in the wings, pushing your ailerons. And I got the HS82 MG, which are Metal Gear micro servos for the wings. When you look at the recommendations from E-Flite, of course they give you these recommendations of digital and Metal Gear servos. The wing servos that they recommend are the JR 3300s, I believe. Anyways, you'll see that those are about $75 each, which I think is ridiculous. You don't need digital servos in my opinion. Analog should be just fine. And you can get these high-tech Metal Gear servos analog for $24.99, or a lot of places sell them for $19.99. I picked this mini servo up for $28.99. Also the motor, I'm going with the racing approved, the NMPRA Power 25 E-Flite motor. And as you can see, that is the one approved for the NMPRA racing E-Flite Power 25. This is a 1200 kV, so definitely a very fast Power 25 motor. Should give us lots of speed. According to E-Flite, with this recommended setup, we should get up to 110 miles per hour. So that would be a pretty great speed to look forward to when I get this thing all set up. Would be probably the fastest plane that I've ever flown. Actually, would be the fastest plane I've flown. Anyways, so we'll see what happens. This review is mainly just to show you the components I'm using and then to show you what is in the box. So we'll move on to what's in the box next. Alright, so let's open the box and see what we get inside here. So I'm kind of excited. This is my first time opening the box as well, so should give you a good look, see at what we got. Alright. So we have our instruction manual. It doesn't look like a very thick one. It should be pretty simple to put together. Got a total of 27 assembly pages, it looks like. Alright, got your manual. It looks like you got a nice set of decals. So that's pretty cool. Looks like you got a lot of different choices. Different things you can put on the wings, on the body. Different numbers you can use for when you're racing, things like that. It's got a couple of American flags, some little advertisement things here too, Spectrum, JRDSM, E-Flite. Some cool decals. The plane itself though looks like it has some cool finishes already on it. Alright, let's take a look at the tail section. Okay, so we got the horizontal stabilizer. Yeah, it looks like it's finished very nicely in a checkerboard pattern, blue on the bottom, checkerboard yellow and blue on top. Looks like I was holding that up a little too high there. Very nice. Alright, the wings, wow, pretty cool. We can pop one of these out and take a good look at it here. Okay. Alright, so the wings are very nicely finished. Wow, these are good. They have a thin sheet of ply over them, so it makes a nice solid wing. And there's your servo installation point there. Looks like we have some CA hinges here, so you know the ailerons, you're just going to separate them out and glue them in with CA, wick them then with a thin CA. Looks like we got some carbon fiber spars, 3 of them actually, in the wing itself. From what I understand, when you put these wings on, you're going to have a aluminum tube. So you're going to have an aluminum tube that goes in here, and you're going to have these spars here that are going to be held on with a clip. So when they're in the body, there's going to be clips that hold these on as well. So very nice looking. The finish is amazing. Now we don't need to look at the second wing. I'm glad we got 2 of them in the box, left and right. It's good. Vertical stabilizer and rudder. So I don't really need to take that out, but it's your typical balsa build with some monocoat over the top of it. The actual rudder piece is solid. You know, I say that about the ailerons as well. The ailerons are solid. Alright, so my plane has some pants here. Some pants for the wheels. Looks like you got some hardware there, the wheels, and some different things for like control horns and linkages and so forth. Mounts for your motor. This looks like it's part of the landing gear. So it looks like you need to do some trimming, and this goes on the bottom probably for the landing gear to make it more aerodynamic. And I got a really solid piece of gear here. It's pretty thick. Looks like it's all aluminum. Again, for your landing gear. Up, and here's the aluminum rod for your wings, your aluminum spar. Actually, it's pretty thick. I don't think this one's going to be bending anytime soon. Alright, really aren't that many pieces. This looks like the cowling. Oh wow, look at that. Now that is a nice cowl. It's a fiberglass piece. So the whole cowl is made of fiberglass. You can see. It's beautiful. Has this is actually a decal shoestring on the side. You got one on both sides there. Very nice. Okay, so that's our cowl. And it looks like the last piece we have is the fuselage. So let's take a look at the fuselage. The fuselage is not fiberglass. I think the cowl is the only thing fiberglass on this model. The fuselage has it's wrapped in a ply, so it's a solid body, but it is not fiberglass. Oh, look at that. Look at the finish on that. It comes with a pilot already included, so that's cool. I don't have to worry about buying or installing a pilot. Pretty good looking pilot too. Let's take a look how we get this thing off. So we got a couple of carbon fiber rods here in front. So I would assume there's a magnet in the back. Okay, so you push it forward and it just pops right up. So the magnet is actually on the back, right here. So you're really just kind of pushing it off of the magnet, and then you can pop it up. Alright, so that makes sense. So when I push it back, it's snapped in nice. This thing isn't going anywhere. Very solid. You just push it forward, pops off the magnet, and there you go. Nice canopy. Okay, so here's a good look at the fuselage. Take a good look at the motor mount. The motor mount is very thick. You got 2 pieces of thick ply there. It looks like we're probably at about 1/4 of an inch. You probably have 2 1/8 inch pieces of ply together there. Not really sure. It looks like you're probably over a 1/4 inch of thickness there. It's probably more like 3/8 of an inch or something like that. Very roomy, cavernous here. I'm thinking I'm going to try to put a 3300 in here just for when I'm flying it around the airfield and stuff. If I get into the F1 flying, maybe then of course I think we have to go to the 2650 4-cell, but you know, for sport flying I'm going to try to get a 3300 to fit in here, so hopefully that'll work. Looks like the speed controller might mount right underneath that that hole right here, so it sits down on that second tray, and then this top tray I will go ahead and put my battery right in here. That's what I imagine anyways. So you're going to have a couple of servos that'll be mounted right here. This is where your servos are going to be mounted, I would imagine, because I can see the control horns are sticking out right in that area. So that's more than likely where the servos go. And other than that, it looks like a very straightforward build, but it looks extremely solid and durable. The whole fuselage is wrapped in ply, so it's got a thin sheet of plywood all around it to give it a nice smooth, durable look and finish. And I'm curious, we'll take a look here and see how the wing fits on. We were just looking at that wing, so we got the 3 carbon rods there. If you look, we got 1 carbon rod in the middle, thicker one, and then 2 carbon rods on the side. And then of course where the big hole is towards the front there, that's where the aluminum rod's going to be for the spar. But let's just see how this thing would kind of fit. Looks like it all lines up there pretty simple enough. Alright, it should just snap right in there, I'd imagine. Yep, there we go. Nice snug fit. Even without the spar on there, it looks like a really nice, tight, snug fit. Gaps look good. It's going to be really nice. You know, of course, this little string was here while I was trying to push it on there, so I will definitely be removing that string. That's just for routing your servo linkages. Alright, let's get this thing off. There we go. Okay, well, that's my open box review for the E-Flite Shoestring 15e. Hope you guys got something from this and it helps you make your decision on whether you want to buy one or not. That's pretty much it. That is the all there really is to it. There aren't a lot of pieces here, so looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward, simple build. I'm looking forward to it. So you guys should be looking forward to a video coming from me soon for the finished build, and then after that I'll also have a video for the maiden flight. Alright, thanks everyone.